Hi, this is Abid Hussain Malik from Abid Financials. I hope you are doing well, and I would like to discuss the new video of QuickBooks Online Level 1. And in this video, we shall discuss Section 2, which name is Sales and Customers. And in this section, you will be asked 15 questions in your exam, and these are the following topics which would be covered in our whole this video. And this video may longer for 1 hour, and you need to watch this complete video for your whole materials for this preparation of these sections. And we discuss the topics. We shall discuss setup tasks, and secondly we shall discuss the frequent tasks, and the third one the occasional task, and the fourth and last one is the report and insights. All the course is covered in this sequence, and now we move forward to discuss in details. And I would like to introduce by myself. I am Abid Hussain Malik, and I am a CPA and top-rated plus freelancer on Upwork, and I have more than 10 years of experience in this field, and I have served more than 300 clients on the worldwide basis. If you need any help, you may leave me an email at my email address info@abidfinancials.com, or my personal email address abidhussain713@gmail.com, or you may contact me on an urgent basis at my WhatsApp number. And I also provide my paid bookkeeping and accounting services, as well as I provide payroll certification for these QuickBooks Online Level 1, Level 2, QuickBooks Online Payroll, Desktop, Enterprise, and Intuitive Bookkeepers. In addition to this, I also provide my services for the QuickBooks Zero Proadvisors and the Zero Payroll. Let's move our topic today. First of all, we shall explore the Sales Center. Sales Center in the QuickBooks Online is a hub for managing all sales related activities. This is the view of Sales Center. In the left navigation bar, these are some tabs. We call them the center, and now we shall discuss the sales in details, and which kind of things shall we discuss. We shall discuss in details. The first point is client can easily access, track, estimate, invoices, sales receipts, payment in one place and streamline their process. But not all clients use it because it would not always right for their business. For example, medical practice needs to comply with strict regulations, so it would not be possible to follow this sequence. But as an accounting pro, it's valuable to understand in a good way for the understanding of this purpose. Okay, in the left navigation bars, we shall access this. This is a steps we need to follow. This is the left navigation bar, and we can access in several ways. These are the different several ways. We can also access in the Sales Center and Accountant Tools, General Setting Gears, and the plus new button. This is a plus new button. We can also access that. All the features you look at can be accessed via Sales in a left-hand navigation. So we shall discuss in detail from this menu. All the features you should look at the Sales in the left-hand menu. So we shall discuss in details. First of all, the first tab we shall discuss, that is overview, and the next one is all sales, invoices, estimates, sale orders, recurring payments, payment links, deposits, clients, and product and services. These are all tabs which are available in our sales centers. So the next our discussion would be relevant to about these one, and we shall discuss one by one in details. So now we are going to start this overview menu and these areas. Overview tab is a dashboard for display the sales center activities, including income over time, overdue invoices, pending tasks. It displays a series of customizable quick actions enabled to access commonly used directly. All sales tab displays the status of individual sales transactions which are recorded in the sales form. Estimate, invoices, sales receipts, credit memo, refund receipts, all these transactions would be shown in our all sales tabs. You can view, edit, create the new transactions. A money bar is a visual representation of there is a money bar in a sales tab. It shows the open recent sales activity and also shows unbilled, unpaid, overdue, and recently paid activities. So this is a main function of money bar. The status column indicate an open, close, paid, partially paid, unpaid, overdue invoices. The action column displays the task for each transaction based on its status. Next tab is invoice tab that displays the sent, paid, unpaid invoices. Section column displays the task for each transaction based on their status. The next one tab is estimate tab. If you have created at least one estimate, it will show this tab where you can edit, view, or create these for the customers. QuickBooks payment features, and clients can pay your invoices from the payment links tab. If you have any active subscription and not yet created a link, these settings shall be shown. If any link is created, then it will not be shown here. You can manage and view the links from this tab. A deposit tab will also be shown in the sales center if this is activated. Next one is product and services. It combines the detail of product and services that clients sell to their customers, and it involves the product and services, which means these items are included in the sales center. Inventory feature is on. It would also be show the detail of inventory stock levels. If that function is on from our setting, then it would show with us. The next one is an app transaction center tab in our transaction centers. Now we are discussing our app transactions, which come through from our transaction centers. And a place to connect the e-commerce channels. Of the channel depends on the QuickBooks subscription. Connecting apps. The benefit of connecting app is automate the task, reduce the time manual entry for these transactions, being more detailed transactions that are connected apps. For example, Amazon Business Purchase, Amazon Seller Central, eBay connectors, and the Shopify connectors. All these transactions would be shown in this tab in details. The next one is the customer tab. It includes a list of all customers which can directly added here. You can add them. This is the main thing. This is one of many ways to you can directly add here. It shows the customer's details, open balances. Customer list can be accessed from marketing tab, the customer and the list. So this is a second way to access the customer list. MailChimp can be integrated here, putting the QuickBooks Online data to work with MailChimp tools. What is the benefit of MailChimp? It increases the impact of your client marketing campaign, set up their sales, accelerate the business growth. Once it's synchronized, client can use their QuickBooks data to segment their audience. So this is main thing, segment, and they create a custom messaging to get the new customers. So this was the overview of our sales center. Now officially we are going to start our first topic, that is called the setup task, and our next discussion about would be the setup task, how we shall set up the sales form, sales and the invoice estimates relevant data in this section. So this setups our task or what need to be done to get your clients up running using the sales center, and this is about their value and their features. You may need to make some changes to the QuickBooks accounting software best aligned to their businesses. There are 3 key tasks in this setup workflow, but now we are discussing about setup. How many steps are involved? There are basically 5 steps. First step is managing the product and services list. Second one would be the managing the customer list. Third one would be the customized sales form. Fourth one, adjusting options in account and setting up tax. All these steps are necessary to record our income invoices in our accounting system, in our QuickBooks. Whenever you need to record anything, all these things are very important to record your sales. So now we shall discuss in details. First step is managing product and services list. It's a keystone of the sales workflow because it contains the details of item and services we are selling to our customers. So this is very important. When a client center a sales using either an invoice, we may record our sales. These are the 2 ways, invoice or the sales receipts. They need to specify the product and services. Product and services list enables client to quickly do this when they create a sales transaction, as you shall explore later in the course. Okay. So basically we are going to explore the product and services. Now this is product and services. When you create a new product or services, these will be shown in this format. This is design, this is like services, and you can also edit from here, and these are other services, and this is inventory. Their type is mentioned here. If you want to add new one, then you shall go here on the right side. This is a new button. You shall hit this button, and then you will give the information, and the new product and service shall be added here. Now we shall discuss type, item or service goods type. How many types these are? There are basically the 4 types. The first one is inventory, non-inventory, and the services and the bundle. These are the total 4 types. When we shall use the inventory are bought and sold and whose quantity on hand are tracked. This is the main thing. If you're buying and selling the goods and tracking, then inventory shall be used, and the inventory function is available in two these plans. The non-inventory items basically is purchased for your manufacturing process, but you do not sell them and to your customers, and there is no need to track them. So items are bought and sold and whose quantity are not tracked. This is the main difference. And you may use this item for the small parts used in the installation or the delivery of the product. So this is the main thing. Service is like the item provided to your client's customer, which can be one time and recurring or the fixed fee services. So these are the different types. And the bundle is a collection of product or services item which are sold together. Like in different brands, they issue a bundles which are form of the different products and the services. So in this format, you can also sell your product. For a packaging that include an exterior door and a security lock, this is an example. And also product installation services also include labor and materials. So each item remains listed individually, but when a sale of bundle is made, a sale of each item shall be recorded. Basically, it would be the one bundle, but when we should record, it would be the sales record of all items. It's for an accountant, items in the product list can be more than just actual products sold or services delivered. For example, a write off a customer balances could use an item code called bad debts, and a discount could be an item to reduce the customer invoices. Adding a new item, how we shall add new item of product and services. I also mentioned here, this is a we can add, we hit the new button and which information is required, so we shall discuss in details. Entering the item name and the SKU number. We shall hit this button, and we need to fill the SKU and are unique to their business, and rather than the manufacturer SKU centralize their record, so it should be unique number. For example, if they buy the same item from different manufacturers with a different SKUs. Another option is to use the name as an internal code. You can also use the name for the your internal record and SKU as a manufacturer number, so such as book ISBN. This can be used for your tracking purposes, so it depends upon your choice. Product category enables a grouping of item of the same type. So this would help you in your reporting. For example, your client has a retail business selling hiking gears. If you want to create a product category items such as hiking boots, packed up tents in a separate category for hiking food. So this is an example of their category. Help you and your clients easily find the product and services. This is the main benefit for selecting the correct category. And also it make easy to compare and explore the data by product category. So this is a main benefit of this features. Subcategories can also be created. You can also create these one in the QuickBooks. And these must be done in a product and services tab by selecting the more button and selecting manage the categories. Okay, a description. The next we need to fill the description box in our product or the item, new items. The box, I sell this product service to my customer. This is, if we shall tick this box, you can see this box is here. It's checked by default. If you leave it checked, you shall need to fill in the following detail. By default it is ticked, and if it is just ticked, you need to put these information here: sale price, income account, and description. When income account in the chart of account will credit when sales from these items are generated. Whenever we shall sold any product, so income, it will be treated as income. The sale rate is for the item. Any price we may set for the sales of that goods or the services. Following details are optional but can save the time and will automatically populated corresponding field in any estimates and the sale receipts, invoice, and the credit memo generated. These are some optional points you may fill or not, or because it would save your time in the futures. The description should be clear explanation. The item sold and can be changed at any time for the transaction entry. Default sale price can be overridden during the transactions entry or by using the price rules, which are discussed in the QuickBooks. It would be discussed in detail in our level 2. So the default sale price rate can be overridden. This can be changed in later. The next is sales tax. We need to fill the information about the sales tax because clients who manage the sales tax in the QuickBooks is calculated using the standard rates by default. By default, it will select the standard rate. When a new taxable product service is added, sales tax is calculated based on the seller's location and it can be changed to a custom rate or marked as a non-taxable if applicable. By default, it will take this code and rate. You may also customize it and mark as a non-taxable or whichever you want as per your requirement. Purchase information is also given here. If you sell any product like inventory, you also purchase this product from your vendor, so you also need to put this information. This is cost, expense account, and the preferred vendor. Clients the QuickBooks Plus and Advance, because the inventory is available in Plus and Advance, so it's referring there, including additional information about the product and service they purchase from the vendor. I purchase this product from a vendor checkbox is selected. This is talking about this one. The expense account in the chart of accounts will be debited whenever the item is added to a purchase transaction must be selected. Okay, whenever you shall purchase, it will automatically debit it or increase the expense account in the chart of accounts. Okay, an example of a service item that is purchased from vendor to sold to the customer is a contracted landscaper for a landscape designer. So this is an example. To make generating the expense transactions for the product and service, it's optional to include. These are optional: a description of the item cost, or the preferred vendors. So this is an optional for expenses transactions. So next tip for recording this information for a new item and the product. So these are some tips for the accountant using product and service categories, helping your clients understand how product and service work in QuickBooks. A vital part is of helping them to get the most out of their accounting software. Setting up product and service is the best fits for their businesses, and encouraging your client into the good habit when managing their product and services means they will have a greater data set and pull the report and meaningful to their businesses. So it's basically want to say that you need to create all very products and services in a very easy way, which shall be useful in your reports. And this is also provide the extra dimension of the data, and they can use in their decision making, and the stock reports or run and grouped in a way that make a sense to your client. So it would be very easy to use them, and it would turn into the actionable insight, and the information without any category report can be less useful. So it will be useful for our clients for their decision making, for their good stock reports and the other matters. So this was the benefit of doing the correct categorization for this. Okay, if you want to further explore and need the further guidance, we may explore this link, and this is link how to set up product and services in QuickBooks. If I shall open this one, it will show the further detail of how we shall set up items and services in a QuickBooks Online. So it will open this article, and here this is a total guidance for this one. Okay, so we move to our next one: group product services into different categories in the QuickBooks. So we can also open this hyperlink, and we can also visit this one. So this is a video available for the more details from the QuickBooks Online. You may also visit for the more details, and this is also a video for the grouping of this our categories. So we shall move to our next topic. The next topic is managing the customer list. This is the second step of our process of recording our sales and services. So how we shall manage our customer list. The list shows the name and contact detail of each customer along with their current open balances. So this amount they owe your clients to the businesses, both within the payment terms and any overdue balances. So all these items shall be shown here. Okay, so this is money bar. We can see there this is the zero estimate, and unbilled income is 750, and overdue is 1526, and the 20 open invoices, and the recently paid are these amounts. And these are the list of our customers, and their company name, phone number, open balances, and we can also directly receive here the payments. So this is gear icon. We can change the setting of showing these lists, and this is export button, this is a print button, and these are the top down. We can create an action. For example, we create a new invoice here and receive the payments. So these actions are available in our managing the customer list. So all these information is given here in details. This is also very important for our exam point of view. When adding a customer list, when setting up a new customer, entering information as much as possible, which helps utilize the power of QuickBooks. How we shall enter new? We shall go to the customers and new customer button. Name and contact, when the pop-up shall be shown, form shall be shown, and we need to enter the names and the contact. And the name and contact section of enter specific detail for the customer. If the customer is a company, enter the company name, and both name and the company of the customers are added. Use the customer display name drop down to select the preferred name. It depends on your choice which name do you want to display on your invoices. For example, this is a Nestle company and their branch or their brand name is like a Tetra Pak. So it depends on if you want to build the Tetra Pak, then it would be good. You will select the display name. Note that the customer name must be a unique. It cannot be a same as another customer, vendor, or the employee. It cannot be a same. You should keep in your mind. If a client deals with a business who is both customer and the vendor, for example, you are a landscape company buys product from a store and they provide gardening services to that store, they must be added twice, once a customer and once a vendor. For example, you could differentiate by entering the store name as a D Rocco Supplies and D Rocco Supplies C. C means customers. Whenever the store appears in the QuickBooks, for example, the drop-down list, it will always be made clear whether it's a customer or a vendor. Okay, then the next option would be the address of our customer. Use the address field to add the different billing and shipping address. Uncheck same as billing address checkbox to add a different address for the shipping. If their shipping address is different, then you will use this one. View the address is a link that takes you view the address in a Google Map. You can also view their address on the Google Map. This is a good feature in a QuickBooks Online. By default, what appears in name to print on the checks field is customer display name. You can change any name. Checks might be written to the customer when given to them for refund. And check is a sub-customer box to make the customer a sub-customer. You can also make any customer to a sub-customer of anyone. This is an example of a sub-customer. Could be a division within a company or department within a university. Sub-customer are covered in a detail in our certification level 2. Second one is notes and attachment. Notes and attachment, for example, for any customer, you can also attach their any agreement, their any insurance or payment authorization form with them. So what's main thing? Use the notes and attachment section to enter notes about the customer, such as product, collection information, purchase order number. These notes are not shared with the customers. These are only for your record keeping purposes. And attachment is a useful feature to offer secure storage of files, and good thing like a resale certificate. This can be asked in your MCQs. And the contract agreement, insurance, and the payment authorization form. You should note that very important words I have highlighted in either blue format or either in a bold format. These are like a bold format. So these are very important for your exam point of view. So I have focused on this one. It would be very useful for you to refer your any question in the future for your exam. The next one is the payment section to set up a preference for the payment method, payment terms, and the preferred sales from delivery method, language, credit limit. Other preferences or entered, they shall appear on the future invoices, change or remove. If a client uses the payment to receive the payments from a customer, they will be able to store all details in the section. You may also enter their payment details like a credit card or like a PayPal or other kind of information here. Additional information, additional box is also here. Yeah, the customer type, the taxes, exemption details, or the customer is taxable or not, default tax code or closing opening balances or their date. So all these information can be input in an additional format. Use the customer type drop down to group the customers into different segments, for example, retail, wholesale, or any other kind of information here. Taxes section, use the exemption details filed to the store customer resale certificate number, like a if your client does not need to charge this customer sale tax, if the customer should be charged sale tax, check this customer is taxable box and choose the default tax code from the drop down that appear. Okay, in almost cases you should leave the opening balance empty, but only in an exceptional case when if you have already doing any transactions with and have a business with them, you shall write the beginning balance and their exact date. It's better to leave the blank and the actual transactions make up the customer balance. Entering the individual transactions will make it easier to troubleshoot later. What are the benefits to give the correct and the detailed records in adding the new customer and the items? So there are many benefits. Like the first one benefit is the accuracy. Detailed customer information helps to reduce the risk of errors. So this is an important thing. When the record would be accurate, and it would reduce your risk. Second option is communication. Having a comprehensive customer details helps your client communicate effectively with their clients. So this is for example, you have a correct email address, you can send out direct email your invoices or the bills. The third one is the organization. Detailed customer record helps your client to stay organized by providing easy access to the information. Organize is very important. Marketing, you can use the correct data for the marketing purposes and develop the marketing strategies, personalize promotion, and better service to the customer, improve the sales. And this is very important. Merging contacts and making customer inactive. How you shall do this one? Because sometimes you create same name in your customers, and there are some transactions in one and the others are in a second display name, but these are the same customers, so you can merge them, and if the customer is no longer available, you can also inactivate. So there is a process for that. There may be a time when you need to merge the contact to keep the record accurate. For example, same customer have accidentally been added twice, once by their own name, Kathu Luzano, and the once by their company name, Luzano Consulting. So these two records will need to be consolidated. Merge the contact means consolidation of record. There may be other time when you would like to take a customer out of record. Out of record means inactive. To help maintain a clean customer list, you want to clean the customer list and remove the old customers. A customer who has made a purchase in the last 18 months, for example, you cannot remove all customer data from the QuickBooks Online. You can make the customer inactive. This is a main thing. You cannot delete them, remove them, but only you can inactive them. You should make a customer inactive if their balance is 0. This is very important. You can only make an inactive when 0. If you inactivate a customer with an outstanding balance, what would be happen? QuickBooks will create an adjusting entry and 0 their balances. This is the main difference. This may not be the result you want. It's best to 0 out the account receivable of the customer before making any inactive. So you should do yourself to 0 their account before inactivating. When merging customer, you inactive the customer you are merging data from, and their transaction data moves to customer you are merging to, but their names is removed. You can still view the detail of inactivate customer. So when you merge these customers, all the transactions shall be consolidated and shall be shown in a one customer name, and the others one you may also inactive them. And now we shall move our third step, that is customizing the sales form. Sales form means sales invoice template, sales invoice form. So if you want to customize it as per your need, your requirements, you may add your item name, service name, area code, and the other kind of things as per your design, and you may choose the different font color and other things. We shall also discuss in details of your invoice customization. This is the third step of our sales and customers. This is belong to the sales form style, and you can choose the customization, estimate, invoice, and the sales receipt. So how we shall access this form? You need to go to general setting and the custom form style. There are 3 parts of this customization. First one, we shall discuss the design. Second one, content, and the email. Now discuss the customize, the design. An accounting professional, you may not design the client invoices for them. However, it's useful for you to know about this functionality, pointing your client to it. If it's not a service you offer, by doing this, you demonstrate your expertise in the software and add the value by showing your. It means that you are not required to design this one, but you can recommend the better option to your clients. There are several pre-designed templates to choose from. Array new is selected from the example. You can add the logo of of the company. It can be uploaded via account and setting, or it can be used, it can be uploaded new one. It can change the highlighted colors manually or selecting from the letter, or you can choose a specific color by entering its code. You can also give the code number and it will change the color name. You can also change a font style here using the drop down option, and you can adjust the margin and preview setting template in a PDF format. Customize the content. Second option is customize the content, and the content which is written on our invoice or estimate or sales receipts. So let's explore them. Select the content tab left of the screen. To begin, there are three main areas from the customization. First one is header, table, and footer. Each section contains a number of settings which can be changed. To edit a section, select it from the preview area to the right, and select the header enables you to edit the details of the business, including the name, address, phone number, email address. You can change how name of form appear on the documents. For example, you could change the invoice to request for payment, or bills, or anything else you may also write there. You can choose to show or hide shipping details, payment terms, due dates. In addition, you can manage the custom field. This feature lets you add more detailed information about the customer transactions onto the form. This business owners can sort, track, and report on the information that is important to the customer. Selecting table section on the form detail of product and service being sold is helpful to tailor this part of form that is best suits your client's business needs. This part of the form can be edited to show account summary, which is like a mini statement showing balances and the payment details. All columns can be edited so the client can decide what they want to show and hide, or like a service date, quantity, rate, total for each column label, edited, or column width. The footer is where items such as discount or deposits can be displayed along with customized message. So this was the second option, and now we shall discuss the last one, that is email. Finally, we shall discuss the email, and the most client will email the invoice to their customers, so the email is a significant part of this section. So this is a preview of the email. This was design, content, and now is email. Email contain these information: sales form type, and how your invoice appear on the email, sending email, their invoice mail subject line, greetings, messaging, and their subject from, and this is due date and due amount. Select the email tab to the begin. There is an option to select whether see full detail of invoice within email or summarized detail. There is two formats: full detail or summarized detail, and the whether sales form is embedded in the email or attached as a PDF. So these are the two options for this email. These are very important. For example, you can also customize the message sent here. This is customization of message. Accompanies the form when it's sent to the customer. Reminder email option is only available with invoices, not estimate and the sales receipt. So this is also important. When you select the done button, the new template with customized design content will appear in the list of customization forms type. It will go to our customized form. Adjusting option in the account and setting. Now we can change their adjustment in our account and setting after we have set them. In other words, we may edit our customized form. How we shall access them? We shall go to gear and setting and your company. Then we shall go to sales form content. This is setting button, and now we shall go sales, and this is a sales form content. Here these are the options we can enable, disable, or choose for as per our requirement. So now we shall discuss all these items one by one and with their features. Let's start with the sales tab on the left hand and the section covering sales form. This is sales form content. This part direct what appears by default on all sales form. By default it is shown, but you can on off. Preferred invoice terms sets by default. Net 30 means payment is due in 30 days after sending the invoice. Preferred delivery method is none. By default, the sales forms are delivered to newly created customers. The option are to print later, send later, and the none. Choosing to print or send later means you can batch them or review them together. This can help you reduce the error and streamline the workflow. You can change the default delivery method for customer for editing the customer on the customer list. You can change the delivery method when you create the individual invoice or other forms. Shipping adds shipping related fields, sales form, tracking number, destination, subtotal, and the forms. If you want to custom field to appear as a default on the sales form, go to setting, then list, then custom field. Custom transaction numbers lets you view and change the sales transaction number rather than by default it shall follow the sequence like a 1001, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to create some custom number like a AB AB001 203, so in this way you can customize the number. Enabling service date, you may also track the date of services was performed separately from the invoice date on the invoice content. Enabling the discount, also this will enable your sales form, and enabling the deposits adds to the field to the invoice, so you can subtract the customer deposit from the outstanding payment. If your clients want to accept the tips from their customers on the sales receipts invoices, they need to be enabled here. Will apply to the all future invoices. If you turn on, then it will apply on the future invoices. Enabling tags lets you add the tags to customize how your client track the sales. Now we shall discuss the invoice payments. This section, invoice payment, your client can apply the QuickBooks payments so that they can receive payments via card, ACH, Apple Pay, PayPal, Venmo, and manage all payment in QuickBooks. Now we shall discuss product and services section in the sales. So all these options shall be discussed in details here. Show product service column on sales form, so you can choose from a list of products. Include turning off this option will also turn off show item table on expense and purchase form. If we turn off this option, it will also turn off all three these options, so these are very important. Use purchase orders, track inventory quantity on hand. So this is main things. If we turn off, all these three things shall be affected from turning off this point, so this is very important. You can choose to show SKU column, so this is talking about this one. SKU is stock keeping unit, so this is abbreviation of this one. SKU is stock keeping unit, also called an item number. It's unique, has up to 100 alphabetic. You can assign to the product. You can use SKU to quickly search for identify an item. Enabling price rule means your client can provide discount for a specific product to the certain customers for a specified time. This will be covered in a next hour system. And the next one is enabling tracking quantity and the right field to sell the forms. You can track this information via product and services. Enabling tracking inventory on hand is how you turn on inventory tracking for plus and advanced option. This will consider the first item a client purchases as first item, as they said. In other words, costing method for inventory is the FIFO method. By default, QuickBooks follow the FIFO method. Now we shall discuss the late fee. Late fee section enable you manage how late fee are applied to overdue invoices. For example, flat fee or percentages fee, you may select these one for your late fees. This will be covered in our next topic. Progress invoicing, this is also incremental, a customer incrementally for the percentages of the work they have been completed of the total work due. So plus and advance, this is available. You may get an example. Your customer, you decide one amount like 100, but your customer pay you with the passage of time or on an installment basis or the completion of the project. So this is called the progress invoicing. Message section, you can also adjust the content of default email that are sent to the invoices, estimate, the credit memo, and the refund receipts. All these can be modified with your need. Reminders can also be set up, which automatically reminds to your customer when your invoice is overdue. Reminder section is where you can adjust the content number, frequency of the reminder, emails sent for an open invoices, frequency of reminder. You can also send by going sales center and the all sales. QuickBooks adds reminder in a status column for invoices that have been sent or reminder. Online delivery is where you adjust the default how sales form are sent. These are sent like PDF and the email. So this is a about thing. Other thing is statement. The final section on the sales tab to the detail can be included on a customer statement. You can adjust how details to include and such as amount owed by or many days there are overdue. Automation, the other tab is our advanced. For global settings, specifically the automation, selection made here will affect all transactions, not just those relating to the sales. Do you want to pre-filled forms with previously entered content? This automatically fills the various fields of the form based on the last saved transaction for the customers. Do you want to automatically apply the credit to the next invoice of the same customer? So this setting will allow you. And there is another, that is, do you want to automatically invoice the unbilled activity? You may also enable this one. So next, our topic is setting the tags, how we shall set up and how we shall apply them. So this is a preview of tags. Tags helps us for the different reporting of our expenses, like different projects. So these are very helpful. We can, for example, in our company there is a specific project, we can also track their relevant income, expenses, and salaries and other kind of things with the tags. So this is if you create a tags here, these are listed here. You may tag new one here. These are the transactions relevant tags, and you can also run the reports here. This is final step for sales and customer and setting up the tags, where we can tags, create tags or customized labels. You can add to the transaction to get insight into money and out, and set them for and group them. You can also set and group them and to track a specific area of your client. For example, landscaper might tag the transaction for services they provide to individual or businesses, can track the type of the customer and delivering them. You can tag the sales transaction expenses, but keep in mind, because one transaction can have multiple tags. One transaction can have multiple tags, and the whole transaction will appear in a multiple times on a P&L, and you can also run a transaction list report by tag. This can also be created, and tags only show up on these two reports. Okay, now we shall discuss the question, sample question, and some are the exam question, which are relevant to this topic because we have completed the setup lesson. Now, which type of product and service list you should select from items that are bought and sold and whose quantity are not tracked. Not tracked means non-inventory item. If this is tracked, then it would be the inventory item. Next question is, which of the following statement about managing the customers are true? Multiple customers can be added via CSV file. Okay, if you inactivate a customer within an outstanding balances, QuickBooks will create an adjusting transaction to the zero of the balance. Yes, this one, these two are the correct. Next question is, you are creating a new item for your client product and service list. Item is provided to your client. Your customers can be one-time, recurring, fixed fee. So which type you will select? The correct would be the services. So we have completed our first task, that was setup, and now we are going to discuss in detail our second task. The second task was frequent task. We shall use the different frequent tasks in this chapters at the end, and we shall also discuss their sample questions. Now we're going to discuss the workflow of the sales and the customer, and we know about these terminologies. And the first is the sale receipt and the invoice. What is the difference between them? If you pay on the spot of the transactions at the time of the transactions, then we shall create sale receipts. And if you deliver the goods and services and your payment would be paid later, then we shall record as an invoice. Sale receipts used when the payment for a product is made at the same time at the sales. Okay, and the sales is request the payment for product and services provided, is form a record of sales transaction and outline the terms of the payment, including the amount due, payment due date, and applicable discount terms. Another way, we send an invoice and the payment is made later. What is the overview of the workflow for our topic? We shall discuss estimate, then recording sales using invoice, and then we shall discuss sales using sale receipts, and then receive the payment for invoice, and then at last we shall discuss recording non-customer deposits. For example, you receive any deposits from a outside your sales transaction, like a sale of a fixed asset, like a refund from the legal authorities and other kind of transactions. So now we shall discuss one by one in details. The first thing we should keep in mind that we should follow the workflow, because it ensures our consistency in our accounting workflow. Customer consistency, what are the benefit of these consistencies? So customer transaction should always involve a sales form. Any transaction should be a critical, and every transaction recorded for a customer involves sales form, like a estimate, invoice, sales, credit memo, and refund receipts. So all these are important. These are the sales form. Customer records will get updated when a customer transactions uses a sale form. Customer are automatically updated, and every transactions and every data feeds into reports. This happens because all the codes are included on the sales form. Meaningful data means better decisions. So it will help us to make our better decision if all the transactions are recorded via these sales. The first thing is the using estimates. The estimates is a sales form that your client send to the customer to indicate how much their product and services would cost. An estimate is created in the QuickBooks. The progress of transaction can be tracked. Estimate are non-accounting transactions. This means they do not get recorded in any journal, and these do not show up in any account balance, which means they do not show up in any financial statement, such as profit and loss account and the balance sheet. Clients who have created at least one estimate, this will be shown in estimate tab in a sales center, and where you can create new view and manage the customer estimate, otherwise begin plus new button. When an estimate is approved, what happens? Once the estimate is approved by customer, details can be copied to the, you can copy to the purchase order or can be converted to an invoice. Copying to the purchase order, what will happen? Client subscribe to the, because the estimate is available in these two forms, plus and advance. You can copy the detail from estimate to purchase order, converting to an invoice. Client on all QuickBooks plans can convert the estimate to an invoice. So this is main difference. Plus and advance, person can copy from purchase order, and the any other person can also copy to the invoice. So using estimate is a way a part of workflow, save the time and eliminate the human error, and this is a main benefit of our eliminate the human error, and because the client do not have to re-enter the information manually. And when this is done, estimate will automatically mark up as converted to the sales center and mark as closed, and only partial quantities are added to the invoice, even if only partial quantities are added into the invoice. Second step is recording sales. We are using the invoices. As you know, the invoices are recorded when the payment is not made on the spot. First, we need to deliver the goods and service, create the invoice, and send to our customers, and then after that we shall receive the payment. Invoice is issued after a product is delivered and completed, before the payment has been made. Customer given the terms to which mark the payment. Okay, for example, we send the invoice and the invoice is due within the 15 days. Unlike an estimate, which is a non-accounting transaction, when an invoice is created in the QuickBooks, its income and entry is made in the account receivable account. When the payment is received, the receivable is closed and the money is recorded as deposit in the bank. So this is a main difference you should keep in mind. This is basically the general entry which is made against an invoice in the payments. Using the purchase order. A new purchase order is created by selecting new button and then purchase order from the vendor sections. All details shall be entered. Purchase order can be sent to the vendor. Once created, its status is open. When client receives the item from the purchase order, it can be added to an expense or copy to a bill. Recording sales via sale receipts. A sale receipt is usually issued when the payment of made at the time of sale. Client create a sale receipt, it increase the income. Now it's discussing the journal entry for against this sale receipt made in the bank account, and because the payment is already included in the transactions. So this is main thing. When we create an invoice, it would create an income and receivable. This is the main difference. And when we create a sales receipts, it will increase our revenue, income, and increase our bank account or cash account. Not that unlike invoices, when recording sales, we have receipts, sales and payment are recorded at the same time, so there is no need to receive payment in the same way as with invoices. Receive payments for an invoices, when we receive the payment for invoices, what happened? Then our receivable will be decreased and our cash or bank will be increased. So this is the main concept. Open invoices, payments need to be recorded and applied to the invoices. There are a number of ways to access, receive payments paying for an invoices. So this is a different ways to access to create the sales receipts. You can also go to the invoice in a sales center and then receive payment, and then you can go to the sales center and select the receive payment next to the relevant invoice. So this is a main difference. Here you shall find the customer and here you shall find your invoice. And these are the main difference about these two methods. And then there is third one is you shall go to the new button and then select the receive payment. So these are the three ways. Next, we are going to discuss using the undeposited fund. Undeposited fund, you may say that when you receive multiple checks against your invoices, you keep them, you record your payment in a QuickBooks, but keep your checks in your hand and submit to the bank at the day end or at the later. So this is the main the concept and the benefit of using undeposited fund. So we shall discuss and understand in details. Client often receive the payment from the customer either for invoices or payments recorded via sales receipts that are not deposited on the bank account right away on that spot. Using the undeposited fund, this is the best way to keep track of the payment until they are deposited into the bank. This is keep track. Okay. Using the consistency undeposited fund when recording the payment save a lot of headache later. Using undeposited fund account is covered in our banking course as well. Okay. Now we shall understand the basic concept step by step against this one. So these are, I think so, 4 or 5 steps to understand this one in a detail. Sales transactions are recorded either via invoices or the receipts. When the collection of the payment, clients collect the payment by cash, check, credit card, but they are not going to deposit into the bank immediately. It may be held until week trip or for a credit card, or there may be a delay of the few days before it clears in the bank. Keep in mind, if several payments are run through a credit card processor in a single day, they may be aggregated into a single deposit into the bank. Record the payment in the QuickBooks allocating undeposited fund. What is the entry behind this one? So the undeposited fund account is temporarily holding account that track the payment received from customer and not been deposited into the bank. Recording payment is like a note on the amount of money you have put in a save. So these are the entries. When you receive the payment against invoice from the customer, then the entry would be increase the undeposited fund, debited, and credit the account receivable. When you submit the payment into the bank, then your undeposited fund will be recording you have received the payment via sales receipts. What would happen? Debited the undeposited fund and credit the sales account. Making deposit at bank and record the QuickBooks. What would be the entries? Then the entry would be the increase the debit the bank and credit the undeposited fund. Undeposited fund accounts watch. We shall keep in mind the undeposited fund account should be 0. Common client misunderstand how to use the fund. This is incorrectly may result in overstatement of our income, which could lead to the incorrect financial information or even paying higher taxes. One payment received directly to the undeposited fund or bank account will match, but when multiple customer payments are deposited together, it can be messy. That's why this practice is used. QuickBooks payment. When clients use the QuickBooks payment, customer deposited or breezy, essentially payments and accounting are done at the same time, eliminate a manual entry. So it will save your time, your mess up anything. So this is very good. It enables the clients to add the links to invoices. Customer can pay online with PayPal, these things, and they can follow the link in the emails. And the payment can also be processed in person or over the phone. Once payment is made, everything is entered in QuickBooks automatically. Payment is recorded in the QuickBooks, deposit in the bank, matched to the transactions, and the transaction fee is recorded. You are tension free. Recording non-customer deposit. What are these kind of non-customer? And we shall discuss in details. Sometimes you receive the deposit that are not relevant to your customer, and these relevant to the tax agency refund, cash contribution like from the owner, proceeds from the loan. So these need to be reported accurately in our account. Because these deposits are not income related to the sales, not relevant to any sales form, so these should be reported very carefully. When using the bank deposit features, these features shall be used when client receive the fund from loan proceeds or contribution cash from the owners. Okay, so this should be keep in mind. Your client receive the refund from the vendor or record it directly against the expense. Your client receive a refund from a tax agency like a IRS, or need to report it, reduce your tax liability or expense account. Employee reimburse your client company and your client needs to report reimbursement. Your client does not report income using failed transactions and wants to report deposit directly into income account. Generally, it's not best practice. These are exceptions like in medical practices and other things. Why should you should use the deposit features to record the sales? Generally, bank deposit should not be used to record the sales. By doing this, individual sales would not be tracked and leads to lack of meaningful information. Sales report, the clients would not be able to send their customer documentation such as invoice receipts. So this is a main demerit of using this feature. Using the bank deposit feature for our non-customer deposits. So what is the process you should follow? First, specify the account that money is being paid into and date of transactions. Then move to the add fund to this deposit. Received from column, select who has issued the payment, and this should not be customer and should be a vendor or the employee. So this is the main difference. If you receive the deposit, it should not be your customer, it should be your vendor or employee. You should select the appropriate account and it should be refund allowance. And you can also add the attachment of the bank deposits like the IRS refund, and you can also add the multiple funds of same deposits by checking boxes next to the item. So there are some questions regarding this lesson. This is a main topic. We have ended our frequent topic. So the first question is: a client has an auto repair shop, they replace their tires, truck, and they collect the payment. The customer pick up and truck at the end of the day. Which sales form should use this sale transactions? So he should use the sale receipts because he is receiving on the same day payment. Which of following statement are true regarding undeposited fund? You should use undeposited fund as a temporary holding account to track the payment received from customer and have not been deposited into your bank. So this is good. And this one is correct answer. You should use undeposited fund. You can expect payment from several customer, non-customer match the total payment at the bank end. Now we are going to discuss our third topic, that is occasional tasks. So now we shall discuss these very infrequent tasks. The first one is issuing customer statement and issuing credit memos and customer refund, and the third one is recurring sales transactions. So these are the three topics which will be covered here. Now discuss the customer statement. Customer statement is helpful to send the customer statement on a regular basis, such as monthly and quarterly. It serves as a gentle reminder about upcoming payments deadline and helps the collection. Also provides summary of transaction history to the customer. There are three types. The first one is balance forward, which shows the beginning balance together with a list of sales transactions and for a selected date range and plus a running balance. It's perfect for situation where clients want to show activity during a specified period together with a running balances of total over their account. The second is open statement item. It's possible to produce a list of open unpaid invoices for last 365 days. So it provides the detail for the year of all unpaid invoices and open credit memos, possibly unapplied payments to their customers. Third one is transaction statement. So this shows all sale receipts and invoices and the total amount of payment applied to each invoice for a specified time. Client might use when there is a large volume of transactions or a customers who again how their payments have been applied. So this is the purpose of this payment. Using message on a statement field, you can also customize the message. There's a message on statement field where you can add the memo text that will appear on the statement. It's useful to make a note what invoice is for, an example of property management companies like Refund and like so on. Issuing credit memos and the customer refund. So these are some different things we shall discuss in details. When we should credit memos and the refund are the occasional tasks which are issued, and now when we should use the credit memo and when we should the credit refund, so we shall discuss in details. It's important you understand some best practices around using credit memos and educate the clients elsewhere. And when you use the credit memo instead of editing the transactions, it's not best practice to change transactions when they have been sent to the customer. Sent to the customer is very important. It can cause confusion and great record keeping, especially true when original invoice is in a quiet period. By making changes can cause accounts to the out of balance in tax returns and previously reported item. When you have sent the information to the customer, then do not change the information, then create a credit memo. When will not change less on the next invoice. Charging less on the next invoices does not give an accurate file for what happened. Creating new transactions for each exchange between the client and the customer is important. It gives clarity to the timing and sequence of the events with the customer. It can also affect the timing, balances, liability, and inventory movement in the company. What if a credit memo has been issuing and the customer won't refund? Void the credit memo and create a refund. Then this is a solution for when the customer is demanding refund. Credit memo as a discount. Remember, it was mentioned product and service items do not have to be things that your client specifically sells. Credit memos are not just for reimbursing the clients, they can be issued at any time. For example, for loyalty rewards and referral incentive program or goodwill gestures. If a client wants to set up a referral program, they can add new service item and call thank you for referring us. We have the discount income account, and they can also use this item when they create the credit memo. Automatically applying the credit. How credits are applied decided by what's been selected in general setting, advanced automation, and check whether automatically apply credit is on or off. So this depends upon this setting. When it's on, the QuickBooks automatically apply the credit to the oldest open invoices from the same customer, or it's not, the next invoice created for the same customer. Okay, the option is on, it will auto apply the old one, and if it is not on, then it will do the next apply. Most companies start on the setting. An example, want to turn it off, is a property manager who takes security deposits that are later refunded via credit memo. Using recurring expenses transactions. Recurring transactions save our time. These can be applied to the sale receipts, invoice, bill, check, deposit, and expenses. These are automation, and we can send the fixed fee billing services like these kind of things. There are three types of the recurring transaction. First one is schedule, and the second one is unscheduled, and the third one is reminder. Scheduled transaction, when these are used, when you have like a scheduled templates or automatically create a transaction at a set of as frequency or on a set dates. For example, client automatically invoice customer of regular services provided on a fixed price, and such a weekly or monthly. You can use the schedule. Unscheduled is used when templates as a starting point to record the transactions in the future that occur on an ad hoc basis, where the details are subject to change each time. When you need to change information every time, then this will be used. Unscheduled templates could also be used for different contracts or agreement type for faster processing. Reminder is a hybrid that combines feature of unscheduled and scheduled template, and it's intended for transactions that occur on a regular scheduled basis, but where clients does not want QuickBooks to process them automatically because they need editing before any recording. So recurring sales receipts and QuickBooks payments. Recurring sales receipts paired with our QuickBooks payments create a subscription payment model inside them. This is powerful stuff. Client use QuickBooks payment and charges customer same amount on a regular basis. So this creates a sales receipts template for the customer and make a schedule, and they can have a permission to process the payment. Credit card ACH for the customer will already been entered, so the sales receipt serves two purpose. There are the two purposes. It changes the customer's bank or credit card, and the client sends receipts to the customer automatically. Keep an eye on the recurring transaction when you have set recurring transaction, these features should be taken in mind. You should regularly review these recurring transactions to avoid any automated invoices to cancel or delayed work. It's important to note the customer, vendor, product and account cannot be made inactive if it's being used on recurring transactions. So this is very important. If recurring is on, that account cannot be inactive. The third topic is closed now. We shall discuss the exam question. The statement accurately describe the credit memo is true. Fact 1 is reduce the account receivable. Which of the following statement accurately describe the credit memo? They are accounting transactions that can be applied to the customer invoice as a part of full payment or reduce the account receivable. So this was the question. Now this is the last topic of the reports and the insights. We shall discuss the types of the reports, and then we shall the 7 types of the reports which are used in the sales and the customers. Report associated with the sales center, and in a 2 section like who owes you and the sales and customer. These are 2 main sections in our report. So who owes you means provide information about account receivable, who owes your client money through invoices. Sales and customer look at the revenue generated by customer or product. Reporting on sales and customer workflow. Sales reports and income serve different purposes and provide distinct type of financial information. Sales report focus on revenue generated from sales activities. It provides details on the sales transaction within a specified period. An income report, also known as income statement or profit and loss account, provide a broader view of business financial performance over a period. As an accounting pro, we tend to use P&L, profit and loss statement, as our primary source of the reporting income. By analyzing both types of reports, business can gain detailed insight on these reports. There are 3 types of the reports we shall use in our report center. The first one is summary reports. It provides the overview data, simple list of the vendors and their balances. Details belong to the broken down transactions in a particular period. And the list details about the list items such as customer list, like product list, and the list all. Okay. Sales and the customer reports. These are total 7, I think so, reports. These are relevant in our sales and customer report. The first one report is account receivable aging summary reports. Shows all summary reports, so it will summarize all data given summarized form. Shows all customers who currently owe the clients and old their balances, how old their balances are, owes amount and how old their balances are. They list all open invoices and how long have been open regardless of whether they are overdue or not. Summary report presents by customer and detailed report present by aging, grouping outstanding amounts by how old they are. To check for accuracy, they could run these reports to compare the balances sheet and with the same as of date. Why it is used for? It is used to prioritize which customer to contact to get outstanding payment from. Second report is customer balance summary and detailed reports. Contains similar data to the accounts receivable aging reports, but without any aging details. Used for get an overview, general view of the open account balances for each customer. They want to look at regular view, where you see all data of the transactions and you would get the detailed report. Third one is collection report that belong to the customer balances detailed report with the addition of customer phone numbers. You can customize the report to show other useful details such as email address. You can also choose how many days passed, so reports only displays the overview invoices. This is used for see how much they have collected the outstanding amount. Fourth one is customer contact list report. It contains the contact detail held for each customer. So customer is displayed on a column with their name, and additional details indicate they are either a sub customer or these are the project for our customers. What is used purpose of these reports? Their customer database is up to date. It's a good idea to highlight the report to your clients and recommend they take a look at every so often, clean it up. Sales by customer summary and details reports shows the client, customer, and how much income they generated in a defined period. Okay, the top customer can be viewed by sorting out summary report by detail and descending orders. So this give the more information about the customer buying trend. So this is a main thing. Buying trend, it will show the buying trend. Useful, identify the customer with the same buying trend. Income by customer summary report, similar as sales by customer summary detail report with addition to expenses per transactions. They have enabled tracking expenses by customers. Used for greater overview of performance by the customer. Last one is sales by product and services summary and detailed reports. Show the menu of each item on product and services list that were sold in a period and how much income generated. Used for see the quantity and amount of product and services sold. This report can also show their percentage of total sale, average price, can help to determine which are the biggest product services sold during at the lowest. Okay, our reports are ended. Now we shall discuss our cash and accrual reporting. On the cash reporting, it will only show our revenue in an income statement whose cash we have received, and in the accrual we shall record all the income which have been delivered and services, but their payment is not received. And also the accrual, on the accrual basis it will show our receivable balance, but in the cash basis there will be no any receivable balances. With the cash basis accounting, income expenses are recorded when the payment is received. In the accrual recorded, the revenue is earned regardless of the payment. By nature, account receivable is accrual based accounting. This is very important. For sale report, there is an option that our totals include. The reports will be different depending upon the accounting methods. The question is, your client want to see a list of all their open invoices and how long they have been open for. Which report will show them? The correct answer is account receivable, aging summary, and detailed report. So that's all for today. We have completed all our theoretical knowledge about our second section, sales and customer, and you should keep in mind there are 15 questions which will be asked in this section. And if you want to know, if you want to see the first section, you may select on the left side on the top, and if you want to know about their answers, you may also click on the right side at the top. And I have created the videos about QuickBooks courses and the zero certification. You may visit my with financials. Please subscribe my channel. Comments if you want to ask any question. Please ask your question in a comment section. I shall reply you as soon as possible. For these paid services, you may contact me at my WhatsApp number or email. I shall provide you these certification services within a day. You may visit my YouTube channel Abid Financials. Here you can find a lot of videos for your learning purposes. I have already uploaded a lot of videos regarding QuickBooks Online Level 1 exam answers, and I have also uploaded on other topics like how to create a monthly bookkeeping on the QuickBooks Online, a review of the final loop and the update policy of QuickBooks Online. And there is you may scroll down to my playlist, and I have created a lot of series of these videos. Like you may find QuickBooks Online Level 1 answers, 0 payroll answer, and 0 Proadvisor answers, QuickBooks Online payrolls, and also you can find QuickBooks Advanced or Level 2 answers here. And if you want to learn about QuickBooks Online, then you may visit my this playlist. It contains 23 videos. And please subscribe my channel and like my videos, share with your friends. Thank you for your support. Thank you. See you with our next video. Thank you. Bye bye.